right.
Coliseum. Here we are, together.
We get up early in the morning, even friends or families here.
It's game day, and this place is special.
This is Bill King at the Oakland Coliseum, the home of the Oakland Raiders.
History lives here.
Number 41, Philadelphia.
Great defense! Holy Toledo! The place has done well!
The players.
Intercepted by
Back is Plunkett.
On the run, touchdown!
That's 1,000 catches for Tim
The
Brown.
moments.
It looks like Coliseum is being knocked. The Oakland Coliseum is
Oakland Raiders have punched their ticket to the postseason.
And of course, the fans. Raiders! Pride and poise. Commitment to excellence. Raider Nation, it's Oaktown, baby.
And that is beautiful. And you are watching the Mad Bomber podcast live with the Oracle, straight from Johnny Donut Studios, straight up from San Diego. Little hot today, Oracle?
A little hot today, yeah, definitely. But, we got a hot show for everyone here. So
We got an Oakland show.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
This
Learn
is
a little
the
bit
show
about
I've
history.
been waiting to do. This is a good one. We have someone coming on real quick here that has been a Raider fan his whole life. His family was Raider royalty. And we're going to show a little video before we bring this gentleman on. But I'll tell you what, I've been excited. And we'll talk about how much of an influence this day was, the last day of every year in Raider history at the Oakland Coliseum. Oracle, unfortunately, it's not the Oakland Coliseum anymore. So here we go. Let's take a little peek on the Raider royalty that we get today. And you're going to enjoy this, because I do.
Tonight we're celebrating the Commitment to Excellence Awards Gala, and we're honoring Max Crosby, who was voted on by his teammates for the 4th year in a row. He embodies what a Raider is. I've never seen anyone play so hard and care so much about this team.
It's an absolute honor. The guys before me, Jerry Rice, Charles Woodson, Tim Brown, so many legends got recognized for this award. Obviously, the commitment to excellence isn't just what you do on the field, it's what you do off it, what you do in the weight room, what you do with your teammates, and inspire others. So truly it means the world. And, this being the 4th time, I do not take it for granted. And it's something that definitely holds a special place in my heart and my family as well.
He's something else. I've been watching him for a few years, obviously. He really exemplifies pride and poise of the Oakland Raiders and the Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm really proud to give this award to him tonight.
Beautiful award, the Gorman Award. It will always be known in the Sousa house as the Gorman Award. It's the Commitment to Excellence dinner that I go to. But whenever I go to that award dinner, which I got to go for the last 2 years to see Max Crosby, wouldn't mind. What do you think is going to win it this year? Okay, we got to look at the Bet MGM odds. Is it Fernando Mendoza, Ashton Genty, or is it going to be Max Crosby for year number 5? What do you think?
Well, I think it's going to be, look, as long as Max Crosby's on the team, he just finds a way to win the award. So that would be my heavy betting favorite.
Well, wait a minute. There was a center on the list that we're going to talk about. Could we see Tyler Linderbaum on that list? Could it be?
That would be something.
Betting odds. So who we're going to have on today at the end of that video was Tim Gorman. Tim, what's up, bud?
How you guys doing?
We're doing great, and we're very, very pleased to have you. And Tim Gorman is the presenter of the Gorman Award. That's how I'm going to call it. It's Commitment to Excellence.
Thank you very much.
It's the Gorman, in my view. Oracle, let's have you started off, because I know you were in the laboratory all week looking at this gentleman and looking at the award. I'm going to have you start this thing off. What do you got for Tim?
Well, I mean, one of the things I love about the Raiders is the history of it. I mean, very few NFL organizations can really rival it, and you really know the history of this organization unlike any other. Tell me about you and your dad, and just kind of how you guys both got started being Raider fans. That's what I'm really curious about.
Well, I'll tell you. First of all, I wasn't born the year that they started. That was in 1960. But I was in the womb, so
fair enough. You're close.
In October of 1960 is when I was born. So I guess I was born a Raider. I guess it's in my blood. So my dad, unfortunately, I'll kind of jump forward a little bit back just so you can kind of catch a glimpse of it. He was 56 years old when he passed away, and I was only 6. So I didn't have too much of a time with him, but I had some time with him as he got involved with this Raider organization back when the AFL was putting a new team out, and the Minnesota Vikings was supposed to be the pick. I guess the Minnesota Vikings said, we don't want to go to the AFL. We want to go to the NFL. So somebody said, or somehow it got pushed to Oakland and got dropped into Oakland's hands. And when that happened, there was nobody there except for the businesses like a bank, like the Bank of Commerce, where my dad was the vice president of. And with that said, he got involved right away because him being a civic leader and businessman with all these other guys, he was one that got two of the investors to come on board, which was Wayne Valley and the other guy, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
Bill McGaw?
Yes. So he got those two guys to be investors. And I think there was 3 others right at the beginning. And then they dropped out, I think, or something like that. So point being was he was part of that, getting them together. Also, his office was used to sign players and coaches, and because there was nobody there. I mean, so somebody had to do it, and he was the man to do it. And he was very much of a football fan, and to get a team coming to Oakland where we lived was awesome. So to be at the very beginning stages of it was something else. He used to work. He did lots of other things as well. So he was part of NATO, which was a National Automotive Dealers Association. So he did a lot of work with them as well as had a small run-in with Hugh Hefner because they did a lot of business with help the zoning and building in San Francisco, I guess, for the Playboy Club. My mom and him went to the grand opening. They were charter members.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like I think it was 1959 is when that happened, and that's why. I think the party was in December, and in October of 1960 is when Timmy came along. So I'm a cocktail party mistake.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take the 5th, and I love taking the 5th.
Yeah. So anyway, but moving on, from that point, they got all this stuff signed. I think there's an ESPN video, which I saw it once. Actually, my wife and I both did on ESPN Classic when they came out with ESPN and cable. And
yeah.
So there was a black and white video, and I saw my dad on there.
Wow.
Signing somebody, and I don't know who to get a hold to. I've been trying for years, looking here, looking there. Write ESPN. Of course, they don't write you back, that kind of thing. So to find out if there's a copy of that video somewhere. So, but anyway, point being went along a couple of years later as they got started, not playing well, of course, but at least they had a team. They didn't have a place to play. So he was part of the organization, or part of it, not all of it, but part of the organization and trying to get the other investors to try to build a coliseum for them to play at. And so that part of it happened. And then in 65? Well, in 65, I remember going to Santa Rosa to one of the
Training camps.
And you, Johnny, you got some of the pictures that we took that day that we were there. And so they weren't developed for a couple of years, actually. I think it says 67 on there, but it was 65.
August 66. But I was going to ask because Clem Daniels wasn't on there at that. So
right. So yeah. And there's Clem Daniels there. And
you're right next to Clem, right?
No, that's not me.
That's not you.
No,
man. I kind of tried to put two and two together.
It would have been cool if I was, but no.
I think it's still you, though. We'll just go with that story.
Okay, all right. So it was me. I guess.
Cute little blondie boy.
I was never a blonde, but whatever. So anyway, but we went to a couple of years or another year. I went there 2 times, I think, because Daryl LaMonaco was there one year, and I remember sitting on the bench, and they got done with practice, and they came over, and of course news media then too was there, taking pictures, talking with him, asking him questions. And I was sitting on the bench that he was sitting on. I was actually on top of the table, and he was sitting on the bench part, and he had a Coca-Cola, I think, and I tipped it over and it spilt on him. And he was like, what the, jumped up. And so, in fact, I asked Daryl that years later. I think it was in 2000. Yeah, right there.
That's what you're talking about. He's still pissed about it. Look at his face. Pissed.
He didn't remember, but I was like, I remember it. So anyway,
that's what you're telling him. It looks like.
But he remembered my dad. He remembered my mom and my family. He's such a nice guy. He was, So, that's where I was born into that. And one of the things is, so I'll finish this out, because at the party this year, on my speech, I explained that in 66, in September 18th of 1966 is when the Oakland Coliseum opened. The first game was played there. My dad passed away in November 7th of that same year. So it was 2 months ahead. Now Did he get to go? Did he get to go to the game? That's what I don't know. That was one of the things I said. I never did ask my mom. A lot of this history didn't really come up. There's, because none of the stuff that we have, now that AI's come into the picture as well, and all this other stuff. But there was not a lot of my mom even, at that time when he passed away so quickly, it was a big shock to my mom. So she didn't remember a lot of stuff from back that year exactly, because I knew it was like, supposedly it was like only 3 weeks. He got sick. They went to the hospital. In 3 weeks, he was gone. So
Jesus,
anyway, but I'm hoping, that's what I said at the speech. I hope that he got to go at least to that one first game, at least.
Yeah, it seems like he was a big part of it. Yeah,
right. Well, he secured season tickets for us. We had 50-yard line seats, 32 rows up underneath the overhang.
Wow.
And right behind us was the beer booth and hot dogs and everything. So we had the best seats in the house.
You did.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
those were, I could still smell the beer on the concrete coming through there.
My older brother, who was 18 years older than I was, and now he's over 21 at the time, of course. He used to go, we all went to the games together, and we had my cousins too. We all had one big row. And so I would wear my brother would make me wear his Army or his Coast Guard jacket that he had, and it had big pockets of it on the inside. And he put bourbon in there and let me wear it, because nobody ever checks a little kid for booze. So I was
crazy.
So anyway, I kind of clang, clang, clang going through the turnstiles, and they never said anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I could still smell that place. I mean, the popcorn and the peanuts and the beer in that place. Yeah. It's going to be somewhere I'll never forget. And
so Oracle, to finish out really quick, 66, he passed away. Clem Daniels, very good friend of ours, used to come up to our house all the time to have dinner. The real reason why this started was, and he had founded the Oakland Raiders Boosters Club, and he just got it going. Once they got it going, he had other people do president, vice president, all that stuff. He just wanted to get it going. And so but the real reason why he got this award was because of Clem Daniels. Him and many others, I can't name them all, but him and many others, he got loans for businesses so they could not worry about money, because back then you didn't make anything. You made maybe $1,000 a year, right? So with that said, he got him loans, like a gas station, liquor store, restaurant, whatever. He got him loans for businesses, which at that time, and my dad was a civil rights advocate, because he always told us, there is no color. So he always, the person is the person. It doesn't matter what color he is. So, but they had a hard time getting loans back then. Nobody was going to give them loans.
Yeah.
And they knew that. And when my dad gave them loans, they were like, "Oh my God, you were like our savior, because you're helping us out to be professional football players, and we just love you for that. And thank you so much." So
that's
Clem
awesome.
Daniels went to the Boosters Club that my dad started, said, "Hey, we need to throw this idea out. Let's get a trophy going." And that's how it all started. And then my mom each year up until 1982, or when it was it 82? I'm not sure. Anyway, till they moved to LA, was handing it out on the field every year. And then when they came back, there she is right there. So I think that's Pete Banaszak, right?
Yep, that's Banaszak. That was 1975.
Right.
I was actually at that game.
Oh yeah, that's right. So but yeah, she and then when they came back in 95, 96, I think, they handed out the award again. The Boosters Club did. And my cousin, Mike, which is on that other picture there, that's my cousin Mike next to me there holding the trophy. He had season tickets when they first came back. He was actually in the black hole, and he wasn't a black hole guy, but he sat in the black hole.
Yeah.
And so he said, "Guess what? They're doing the award again." And I saw the trophy. So we got a hold of some people, and that the other picture again, Johnny, the one with has all the names on it, with my cousin. No, keep going. The one with the book, the magazine, with all the names on it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that one. So Oracle, the guy that's sitting, my cousin's holding the trophy. The guy right next to him, he's really old. That guy's name is Al Keiselbach. Now, I'm sure since he's passed away also, but he was a friend of my dad's. And so he was the one who he must have had it. And they used to handed it out in LA, but we never saw that. We never saw it on TV, of course, because it was never televised anyway. But I guess and there was names on the trophy itself. But once we got a hold of him, then I said, "I need to talk with you." And we met at Ricky's Sports Emporium in Oakland, and he brought the trophy with him. And I said, because we were going to put it back in a trophy case so people could see it. And so we had a big event that night at Ricky's, and we put it in his trophy case. And then I told Al, I said, "We're going to take it over now, because it's my dad's name. It's my family's legacy." So, and he agreed. So he was fine with it. So, but it was hard to get it out of the grips of his hands, because he had, of course he left it in the trunk of his car, but
gotten 2 rollover accidents and
right. So anyway, so that's how, and then so that's where it came to be, and then from there, that's how it went. So if we want to, now it's moved on since then. So I won't keep going. I'll let you ask a question.
Yeah. Oracle, you got any questions on the players there?
Yeah. I wanted to know if you happen to remember the first one of Daryle Lamonica in 1967. You were 7 years old, I assume?
Yes.
Do you happen to remember that presentation?
Oh, I do. Of course I do. I was actually on the field then. So with my mom, because my dad gone. My older brother, Jeff, was 8 years older, but he wasn't at the game. My oldest brother, Mike, he wasn't at the game either. So I had to go with my mom. So I was on the field. And then the next year I was on the field as well. when I was Clem Daniels actually picked me up that morning I think he had a Cadillac or some big car, but there was like 4 other players in the car, or 4 players in the car, and I had to sit on one of them's lap. And I'm pretty sure, I can't say exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was Otis Sistrunk. I think I sat on his lap going to the game. And then we went into the locker room. I watched him get all prepped. Then he took me out on the field. And then he said, just stand here, be good, because I already know how to throw football and everything. So he knew I was, and I knew where my mom was. I could look up there and see her. So I was there for the first half. And then we went back in the locker room in halftime, and it smelled so bad. I gotta go. And I told Clem, and when he goes, okay. So he took me back out, took me up to the gate where they opened it up for me and let me go up. And so, but he understood. I was like, I can't be here anymore.
Jockstrap, the smell of jockstrap in the air.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you guys remained friends with Clem Daniels till he passed?
Yes. Actually, I talked to him on the phone a few times. My wife and I, one night, we went out to dinner up in Oakland. We were living in San Jose at the time, and with the intention of he had a bar up on High Street, I think it was called, in Oakland.
Was it called Clem's, right?
It was called the End Zone, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it was called that. Anyway, we made the mistake of going there late and walked in the door, and we found the place. It's like in a strip mall type thing, and you could hear music inside. And walked in the door, and here's this big. It's like it's not real big. It wasn't a big place, but it had a trophy. It actually had a case in there with a bunch of stuff of his, his helmets and that kind of stuff. But when we walked in, and here's 2 white people in a black bar, the music, it didn't, but it's imagine.
A little bit like Animal House.
Like it would just, the music just stopped, and everybody looked at you. Here's this big guy. He comes over, and he's actually got a suit and a bow tie on, and he was the either bouncer or manager or whatever. Can I help you? And we're like, oh yeah, we're friends of Clem. And so I told him who I was, and he goes, well, you guys just wait right here. And I'm like, okay. Well, he didn't know if he was here or not. He didn't know if he was at the bar or not. So he had to go back, and he talked to somebody else, and I guess he wasn't there. Then he called him on the phone and said, hey, Tim and Tina Gorman are here, blah, blah, blah. And so then he came back, and he said, I got a message from Clem. Sorry, he wasn't there. He goes, he'll call you tomorrow, and you guys can talk on the phone. And it's too bad you missed each other and whatever. So they were really nice to me.
Yeah, cool.
So anyway, but it was kind of like that Animal House thing where everybody stops.
Can we dance with your dates?
Yeah.
So when the Raiders moved to Los Angeles, what was your feelings? How did you take it?
Well, let me see. First of all, I was in the Navy then. So I had went in the Navy in 81. Well, actually 82, but I started in 81. And I was gone. I was overseas in Rota, Spain. So I knew they had moved, and I talked to my mom a couple of times. Back then too, even in the early 80s, when you're overseas, we didn't have cell phones, computers, nothing yet. So to make a phone call, you had to go to the control center on the base, and you had to make an appointment. And to talk to my mom, I could only do it like a couple of times a year, because it was like $40 to call. Just for like 30 minutes. It was like, a lot of money back then. So, but yeah, she said she was okay with it. They weren't going to fly her down. She did ask them, but see, it was the boosters that took care of this. It wasn't the Raiders themselves.
Right.
So, it's too bad it didn't happen that way. But she would have went down if they would have asked or took. But she was on a budget. She was a single woman now, and that living on she actually worked. She played golf. I was telling Johnny about she was a pro golfer and she worked at one of the golf courses. And so
didn't she win a bunch of she won a bunch of championships, right?
Yeah, just it's their women's league thing that she did, the President's Cup type things. You know,
nice.
She won a bunch of those. Yeah, she was really good. So, and I learned how to play golf pretty good myself. I used to be really good, but not much anymore.
Yeah, Ray Chester used to work at the golf links over in Oakland, and then your mom was in Tilden Park, which I played. Which I actually, you guys out in the Bay Area, I'm sure that you know Tilden Park and golf links. So.
Right.
But when you heard that they moved to LA,
right?
Did it kind of? I mean, you know, because Davis kept asking for the luxury boxes and the luxury boxes.
Yeah.
And he wanted the state-of-the-art stadium that a lot of the other teams are getting.
Right.
So I remember, and I'm going to be showing this here soon. I got you mentioned Sistrunk, Otis Sistrunk. I got Jeffrey Sistrunk coming on in a couple weeks, Otis's son, and. In 80, but the year before they moved, it was a Monday night game against Denver, and they had the fans sit out for 5 minutes. And I still have that flyer and the sticker that talks about what to do. It's called the Raiders Fan Survival Kit. Okay. And I'll show it here in a couple weeks. But I was pissed. I hated it. And at that time, if you remember, Tim, the Niners started to win. That was when. The Raiders owned the even when the A's were winning championships, that Oakland was the Raiders. That was the Raiders town. And even the Warriors in 74 won a championship. But this was still Oakland's town. And then all of a sudden, Oakland leaves. The Niners become the world champions. And guess what? The Niners are the belle of the ball. Right. We had to listen to that bullshit for bull stuff. Sorry, fellas, for a little bit, and I did not like that. I did not like it because I was the king of the hill for 15 years or 12 years that I remember, and then it was gone. So I didn't go. And I didn't like it, but I did go to LA. And that's what I was going to ask you is I don't ever remember the Gorman Award in LA and then seeing it right here.
Right. There's the names are on the other side.
That's the other side. Yeah, it's the other. I only could put 10 on. So right here I see that in 81 you see Rod Martin, 82 they didn't have the Gorman Award.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
There was an influx. Raiders kind of hightailed it out of town. So in 83, Rod Martin won it again. And look at those names, Oracle. What do you think of those names?
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of really good names. I mean, names that are in the Hall of Fame, definitely. One thing I'm curious about is the voting process among the players with this. Mm-hmm. Like, is it where someone goes in and then they just write whoever they think is deserving of it on a piece of paper? Is it a 1-2, like first place, second place, third place, and then they tally up the votes by almost like a power ranking thing? What is the process like of getting these guys to actually vote for the award?
Yeah, well, that's one thing I've never actually seen before. And now that they're still doing it in Vegas, and I have a little bit some ties with the guys now, or with the Raiders now, I should hopefully find that out, especially this year when I go to the last game. I'll find that out and I'll be able to let you know. I think for many years it was just write your name down on a piece of paper and they throw them in a hat and they start counting them. And
I can see why Oracle's saying that because we got a double winner, we got a triple winner.
Yeah, exactly. And
so that's interesting right there.
If you show the trophy again with the new side, because I had the new side made on the back. Yeah, that's the new one. So that's I put Commitment to Excellence Award on that side and then Gorman Award on the front side, which it's perfect. That's fine. And so you see Max Crosby. First of all, Max Crosby won it. That says 4 times. And it was 5 times, by the way, Johnny, this year.
Okay. Right.
So if he wins it again next year, it's 6 times. And that's what Tim Brown won. Was 6 times.
Yeah.
Not in a row, but he won it 6 times. And I sat next to Tim at the dinner this time, and we got to talk for a very short time because everybody kept interrupting us to take a picture with him. So I was like, I didn't even get to take a picture with him because I didn't want to. Everybody else was bothering him. I didn't want to do that. I just,
You got a nice picture right here with him. That's
I do.
That's
And
at
in
the
fact,
Hilton.
I was telling Jenny Hamilton, which is the arranger lady that does this. She does the dinner stuff, which she's phenomenal, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So when they came out with this night, the first time, that was the first Commitment to Excellence Award. So he would get a crystal thing, and Max has 4 or 5 of those now. Behind them, I was telling Jenny last year when she contacted me and says, we're going to do this. Can you come? And I said, yes. We were talking and I said, by the way, I said, it's too bad we don't have a live band like we did the first year. Cause you can see the drums behind there and the amps and everything. You see that?
Oh yeah.
You see that? So, I told them after we were done and we had the dinner and then they had a live auction thing, just like they did this year and the last year and all that kind of stuff. They do it every year for that. And I play drums professionally. So I said, let me sit in with the band. And I played a couple of songs. So, but anyway, she's like, we didn't have a band. I said, yes, we did. I said, look at this picture right here. You see the drum set, you see the amps. I said, you guys had a live band back then. She goes, oh, I guess we did. And I said, it's too bad we can't have that anymore, but that's kind of hard to do. So I get it. But
like this year's place, that was a lot of fun. It was beautiful. It was really
right.
It was cramped, but it was
beautiful. It was kind of cramped. The year before was better. I mean, the other place was bigger, obviously.
Bigger.
So I guess they didn't want to. There was a lot of things that happened with that, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. I'm telling you,
right.
Oracle. I got to bring Oracle next year because it's just such. And then Tim, I met Tim last year when he was talking with Captain Jack, and they were going through some stuff, and it was really it was made my night to meet Tim because that was just again. That was a part of my childhood that I'll never forget. Me and the Oracle we're geeks. We're that kind of geeks, you know. Those are the things. Most girls were in love with Playboy magazines. We were in love with sport.
That's cool.
Although we did look at some other magazines, but we won't talk about that. So this current state of the Raiders. Yes. What was you've given Max Crosby this award. What was it like last Friday for you? I was pissed. We talked about it. What was it like for you finding out?
Well, first of all, he was there again and he came and I heard that. Well, actually I talked to his physical therapist that was there too.
Yep.
He just got off crutches. He just got off crutches the day before.
Yep.
Wow. So that's the dedication this guy has. So you got to appreciate that part of it as something else. But I think, you know, with the organization that they have and with the new stadium and with all that, the beautiful stuff that they have to work with all the training, you know, the stadium itself. And I haven't been in the main office or where they train at, but I'm sure it's just as nice.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah. And then it sits down in that training facility in the valley there in Henderson, where the M Hotel, which is the official Raiders hotel now, actually, I guess, according to what I heard, and I don't know if it's true or not, but Mark Davis goes up there to have lunch all the time. So then something happened, I guess. I tried to look it up last year when I went there. I tried to look it up how it became the official Raiders hotel, and supposedly there was a lot of there were some financial parts that were going bad with the hotel itself. The contractor who built the hotel had money problems, and I guess when something I'm assuming, like I said, I don't know if it's for sure or not, but that Mark Davis, I guess he supposedly guaranteed like 300 rooms during the season, every home game. Something like that. Something like that. And then when that happened, that turned into like, oh, this is the official Raiders hotel now. So now if you stay there during a game, you get a free ride to the stadium and back. Because they have a shuttle.
It's true. That's been for the last 2 years. I've heard that.
Right.
And it's There, I mean, it has been, and you know what? I remember when the Raiders did come back, because the first year was a COVID year, so the stadium was empty, and nobody in there. So what I heard is that the year that it opened, the M Hotel was like, Mark Davis, like his father, was just Mr. Alumni. You go to any Raider game right now, and he's got at least 10 guys there, and they could be anywhere from Jim Plunkett to. I've seen Jeff Barnes, guys that are that guy. And I guarantee you that they stay at the M and they're well taken care of. And speaking of the M, could you explain what's going on now with the Gorman Award and the M Hotel?
Okay, for sure. So this year, last year I was telling Johnny earlier, but last year I had to bring the trophy. I brought it on the airplane.
Tell the story.
Carry-on luggage, and it was a pain in the butt. And then I brought it home, and then my wife and I decided we've got to get a case for this thing if I'm going to travel with it on an airplane. So I ended up this Thanksgiving Black Friday deal. I got a great deal on a Pelican case, and it was perfect size. And my wife, she custom made the foam and everything. So anyway, when I got to Vegas this time, I got there early on Wednesday, and I ran straight over to the lobby of the Emma Hotel, and I explained to them who I was and what I was trying to achieve, because I told them for years they used to put this trophy in a restaurant that was local in Oakland. Actually, there was a couple of spots. So and it got displayed for all the Raiders fans to see. And I had told them that I had been here last year and I saw your facility, and it says Raiders Tavern. The doors say official Raiders Hotel. So people obviously will, even if they don't stay here, they'll come out there to go have lunch. They'll go to the tavern, and they get to see all this memorabilia, because as you can see a little bit of the helmets and stuff like that. There's footballs, there's helmets, there's jerseys. And I said this would be a perfect place. So they took my number, and that was on Wednesday. On Friday morning, I got a phone call from the real manager of the place. And they said, we would love to display it for you and keep it for you. And that would be great. I told them, I said, I'd be back every year to get it. And then I'd bring it back after the game, and then same with the award ceremony. Come and get it again, and then give it back to them so they can put it. And they built didn't build this display, but they put another one up there, and they put, actually, I think Charles Woodson bourbon in there
Woodson
too.
whiskey, Blitnikoff. It looks like Blitnikoff's wine.
Right. Yeah.
Wine. And then I don't know which one it is on the top there.
I'm not sure either. But anyway, it's a perfect spot because you can look on the back, on the sides.
Yeah.
It's all glass. And that's such an amazing place. And if anybody from the M Hotel's listening, thank you very much. You guys did a wonderful job.
Absolutely.
I saw this picture. I was starting to cry. I mean, it was crazy. So
it would be nice and Mom up in heaven is happy.
Yeah.
That's Mrs. Gorman, Gussie Gorman, as I got to know her. I was telling you last year, whenever I saw her on the field, she reminded me of the girl from I Dream of Jeannie. It's like, because of her hair and stuff, and she just looked so elegant when she handed over the awards. It was just a treat. Remember, they used to have the two Raiderettes, and the Del Courtney band would be doing their little thing for it. It was great. I would love to. We'd love to chew the fat of the Oracle. Do you have anything left for Bill?
Yeah, I want to ask you about one guy who's on that award. He won it 4 times, and he's the most recent before Max Crosby, and that's Rodney Hudson. I mean, you've gotten to present the award to him 4 times. I mean, what's he like?
Well, actually, I didn't get to present it to him. Unfortunately, I didn't get those 4 years, and that was just before they left Vegas left Oakland.
Oakland, right?
Yeah. So my cousin, unfortunately, couldn't do it either. So the Boosters Club were doing it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him. So
okay.
Hopefully he'll be able to. He was supposed to. He was invited. They're all invited. Everybody's invited. That's on So if they can make it, they can make it. Just like Rich Gannon. I gave it to Rich Gannon, and he was there this year. I got to meet him.
There was.
Oh, my God. I can't believe he still has all his hair, too. I mean, unlike Jay Schrader.
Jay Schrader, it was fun watching Jay Schrader. He did a great thing. You know what? And I know you know who Morris Bradshaw was. That was such great homage to one of the greatest Raiders ever. Off the field, he was a true gentleman, a true champion, and that was a lot. That was great. But Jay Schrader actually led the prayer.
Yeah, that was. I guess he's coaching like a high school team, a Christian high school team or something. Mm-hmm. That's what I heard. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Your boy Justin Fargas was there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
he was there with his daughter because it's like you go say hello, and if they're there with their family, you're just like, hey man, really nice to see you, and you could tell it was him and it was daddy daughter night, so you want to leave that alone. Right. Rich Gannon was great. Rich Gannon was a lot of fun. Again, guys, if you are next year, I will be pumping it like I did this year. Okay. The Gorman Award dinner is something that you have to go to. There's a lot of us that pony up and do the VIP table, and that's really fun because you get to go in before and talk with guys like Tim, talk with guys like Rich Gannon, talk with guys like Justin Fargas, and they're very accessible. Max was accessible.
Right.
And then the dinner itself, I thought the food was outstanding this year.
Yeah.
And just the camaraderie. Like someone said, Jay Jackson said, big Raider fan said, it's Raider family night. And that's exactly the way I felt the whole night.
Right.
It was just truly special.
There's another guy that lives in Vegas, him and his wife, and she was helping with Jenny. I can't remember his name, but he's got some kind of podcast thing too. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
He was wearing like a vest and he's got a big Raider chain and he was all dressed to the nines.
Yeah. I know who you were talking about. Yeah, that's awesome.
He talked to me early when I first got there. And one of the things he said to me was very, very astute is what I thought was, he said he goes, this thing that we're having here and these people that come here to do this and fans themselves and everything like that, like the Black Hole and those guys, and everybody gets dressed up. And I mean, this is their lives, basically. I mean, they live and breathe Raiders. He said, those are the ones, there are Raider fans and then there's Raider Nation. And that's what we are, is a Raider Nation, because we are dedicated to this team. And that very much it impressed me big time.
No, totally. And you know what, Tim, it can start over again, especially when we're going to be picking Fernando. When we pick Fernando Mendoza, I believe that this is a generational player that can, that has roots. He's going to go ahead and be a crossover player between all Raider Nation. Instead of me going and seeing the red 15 Mahomes jerseys,
right?
That guy's going to be a generational talent, and I believe inside the community itself, so we can get these Tim Brown, Daryl LaMonica roots back,
right? Or George Blanda.
That's
my favorite right there. He was a man's man right there. That guy. He kicked, he ran, he threw, he did everything. I mean, that guy was something else. And my mom, and you got the thing with my mom. Do you have that other picture that you should show?
No, I don't have that one. I only got 10 up. I got to put the best 10 up.
Oh, okay, no problem. Okay.
Yeah, that's the newspaper article.
Right. Yeah, that's the only picture I got of them. But yeah, it was he was something else. My mom even said that he was just he was like, this guy is a man's man. I mean, he's like, I'll do anything to win this team.
When I was a kid, he looked like he was 60 years old, and I'm like, how the hell is this guy still playing? He's an old man.
Well, that was a conspiracy thing too. They said he was 48 3 years in a row, but he was actually 50 or something like that.
That was hot. That was hot. Well, Tim, I appreciate. I mean, this has been something that I've been telling the Oracle about the whole time, and it's like this is Disneyland for me, man.
Oh,
We'll definitely have you on again, and then.
Yeah, I wanted to mention really quick, my family, my grandson, which you met back there, Zane, and he's, like I said, he's in the Navy right now. And then my granddaughter's coming with me next year.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've got a legacy to pass down. And soon after, I actually got a great grandson. And he's also got a jersey already. He's got a hat already.
Is that the picture you sent me?
What's that? Yeah, I do.
Oh man, I wish I could have put that. Yeah,
I couldn't. No, I forgot to send that one.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Why don't I just do this really quick? Because it's something else.
Patriot Raider, if you're out there, Zaner says he remembers you. I don't remember a Patriot Raider that night, but we met so many people that night.
Oh, maybe that was that guy. Maybe that was him. The one I was talking to you about.
Yeah, that's what your grandson's saying. It's
oh, okay. Yeah, shoot, where's the picture? Oh, here he is. There he is. Can you see that?
Yes. Here, let me take this off. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. That's your great grandson?
Yeah, that's Arthur.
Arthur.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
I'm real proud of it. So anyway.
Well, this has been a treat for me. If you guys like this episode, which you better have if you're a Raider fan, please like and subscribe. I don't beg. And anytime we become monetary, we will definitely be giving all of 100% of the proceeds to Raider Dad. Raider Dad's a foundation that takes kids to their very first Raider games.
Oh, very good.
And they hooks them up. Josh does the greatest job with these kids, and he is a saint, a big saint. So, Tim, I will see you soon. Hopefully, I'd like to get together and have a bite to eat with you at the very last Raider game next year, and get to see you on the field. That would be awesome. Then it's back to the Gorman Award, baby.
Yeah, for sure.
Oracle, you got any last words for this young man?
Hey, thank you very much for coming on, and really appreciate it. And thank you for you and your family for supporting our country.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so, for sure.
My father was, my grandfather was. We were all in the Navy. So my grandson, his dad has also been in the Navy. So yeah, we're just all Navy guys, and we all support our country for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I was born in Minnesota. I was an Army brat, so thank you very much. And Oracle, next week, guys, we are going to be talking free agents. We are going to be talking the draft. No more free agent talk. We're done with free agent talk. We can talk about the trickles in and out, but next week is going to be our big draft show. And Oracle is working tough on it. He's got his list. I've showed him my list. We're already fighting for who gets to talk first. My list is better. He says his list is better. I say, he'll probably be. We're gonna have an Oracle. We're gonna have the Oracle draft show, and I'm gonna put mine up. And I bet he still kicks my butt. I hate you, young. All right, guys. Thanks very much. Guys,
thank you, guys.
Podcast love for everybody for coming. Tim, God bless you and your family. Really, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, guys. Good night now.
Good night now.
Roethlisberger. Intercepted again. Picked off by Chris Carr. This is a foot race with Roethlisberger. And there he goes.
Have really changed the situation here.
Intercepted back for the touchdown.
The Jets could capitalize. Garner. Well, this is going to make everything move. Everything. They're on to Foxborough. Touchdown. Tannehill under pressure, and it's intercepted. Tipped and picked off. Maurice Hurst off to the races. Tannehill cuts him down at about the 25-yard line. What a turn of events for the Raiders. Tim Brown deep for the punt from Hendrick. Come Raiders. Down at the 18-yard line. Hendrick knew he couldn't get that kickoff and held on to it.
The penalty they spotted at the 7. They hand off its Pryor. Lot of real estate to the 30. Pryor is off and running inside Steelers territory. 20, 10, and Pryor is in. Nice